Well, hello there. Happy Tuesday. Hope y'all are having a great day. Thanks for jumping on live with us. I'm doing a couple of lives today, but we're definitely getting things started with a bang. Talking to my friend Alex, who we've really just become buddies here in the last little bit. And I'm excited because everyone in this day and age wants to grow their social media following, or they should want to, you know what I mean? And especially if you're one of those folks that really doesn't understand it, it's intimidating to you. Maybe you're in my age group, something like that. Just really, really pay attention because social media is incredibly, incredibly important. And here's a young man who really is mastering it. And more importantly, he's really good at teaching people. And I know that because he's been teaching me some things in the short time that we've known each other. So, Mr. Alex Pfeffer, give us a little of your background. He's a very successful young man, but I'd rather you tell it exactly the right way.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark, for the opportunity to be here today.
Well, it's my pleasure to have you, man.
Nice. So I was a chef in Austria. I live now in Miami and I worked as a chef when I was 21 years old. And I always wanted to have more in life. I just don't want to cut the onions, make the burgers, and then go home in the evening or at maybe 12 p.m. at night. So I was always looking for a way how I can make more money and have a better lifestyle. And I realized when I saw network marketing for the first time, I need to find a way how to build this business on social media, because I don't want to approach strangers on the streets all day long. I want to find a way to get people on Instagram to actually join my business. And it took me a very long time to actually become successful, like more than 3 years that I was able to quit my job. Then it took me another 2 years to make more than $12,000 a month in network marketing. And since then, I just train people how to recruit people on Instagram. So they actually say, okay, here is my credit card, sign me up. I like the things that I've seen, because if you use that properly, it's insane the potential what it has. Because you need to understand one thing. There are more than 3 billion users on Instagram. And if you find a way how to get the attention and a way to monetize them, this is where the magic is happening. And then you can literally live anywhere in the world or stay at home with your family and get clients for your business and grow your social media followers. And in the last 90 days, I grew my Instagram account to 36,000 followers. I have around like 200 new followers a day just with organic content, because I mastered the art of getting attention, providing value for the people who are watching the stuff, and actually provide a solution for their problems. And if you have some little key strategies you can implement, you get much more people joining your business. And that's what we speak about today. I'm super excited, Mark.
Well, that's awesome. So right there in that introduction, you said a couple of things I want to draw attention to. First of all, you said you've been mastered Instagram in network marketing, right? Now, certainly you can use Instagram for any kind of business you're selling and recruiting, right? Insurance, real estate, anything along those lines as well, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. But you've got your niche. Now, the other thing I wanted to say was there's definitely, we have TikTok, we have Facebook, we have YouTube. So is it safe to say, in your opinion, because you're really good at this, that it's good to focus on just one, like in your case, Instagram, or are you doing something on all of them at one time, or they're very, very different strategies for different social media formats?
That's a great question. So Instagram is the number one place, in my opinion, to build a brand and to connect with your audience. Same as Facebook. So whatever I share on Instagram, I also share it on Facebook. YouTube is different, because on YouTube, it's more like a media channel. It's not social media, because you cannot talk with people in the DMs. What works very well is when you have, for example, the videos that perform well on your Instagram account, you explain the thing that you explained in, like, let's say 90 seconds for the reels, you explain it more advanced and more detailed in a YouTube video. So for example, what I did once, and that's what worked extremely well, is I took a video what performed well and I explained it detailed on a YouTube video and I uploaded. And what I always do is I always link constantly different accounts from my social media profile in the description, so people can basically click on that and interact, or maybe go from Facebook to my YouTube, because, or different vice versa, because it's always good to build a brand. On Instagram, I can literally take people behind the scenes. On YouTube, I can provide so much value, and they can see how my life looks like when they follow me on Instagram. That's what they cannot do on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why it's important to have your message spread on different platforms. And even it doesn't matter what you sell on Instagram, people need trust. And you build more trust on YouTube, because when somebody else pays attention to you, let's say 20 minutes, they are almost sold. It doesn't matter what you offer, because they build so much trust with you. Why they look at your videos? And that's hard to do in a 90 seconds video. So whatever you see, what works well, that's what you put up on YouTube, and you just speak about it and you explain it more detailed.
I love that. So, so focusing on one, and just to further that real fast, but if you were like, a lot of people I know, even people in networking, use TikTok, and that's a whole different strategy, right? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So the suffice to say, like, if you're getting a coach, I love like getting a coach, right? Like I personally right now today have a coach, I pay a lot of money for to get better in life. I know you guys do a lot of coaching of people on social media. So if you want to do TikTok, find a TikTok coach. If you want to do Instagram, find an Instagram coach, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand is when social media, you just said people have got to get to know you. They have to trust you. And it's hard to do that on a 60-second reel or a 90-second reel. So I think one of the keys is the frequency with which you post. Talk a little bit about that. Like, how do you do it? Once a week, once every other day, once a day, 5 times a day? What do you recommend to people?
What you need to understand, it's a very competitive place, and everybody fights for attention. And if you post, let's say, once a week on Instagram, you don't get so much remembered as if you would post every day, of course. So what I focus on is that I put up one video a day where I speak in the camera to always remind people, so, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm consistent. Hey, I show up again. Because whenever I, for example, speak with somebody in the DMs, and let's say they don't reply to me, maybe they see the message, but on the next day they see another video of mine pops up, they're like, I didn't have the conversation, I didn't text Alex back. So it always helps me to keep them in the loop. And if I would only do this once a week, I cannot get enough attention. So I focus on getting one video out per day. But it doesn't mean that I record one video per day. It means that I structure it a little bit. So what I do is I think about topics that can be helpful for my audience in network marketing. And I think about maybe 10 different topics, and I start recording videos where I address the problem what people have, I provide the solution, and then I tell people at the end what people should do next. And that works well because I can block a specific time frame, let's say 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon, and I can hammer videos. Then I send it to an editor, or I edit it by myself, and I can schedule it over the next days. So I don't get like worried, but I'm also not perfect in that. Sometimes I like, I have no video for tomorrow. Let's see what do I have on my phone, and then I have maybe some other videos recorded from our event where we met, and then I take this and I just upload what I did today, for example, But it's easier when you think a little bit ahead, and that's what I would definitely do, because then you get at the long run, you get much more people in the business, and the momentum starts to give you more traction.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I know, of course, the answer to that, but because I think in the beginning, one of the thoughts I had way back when was, geez, if I post every day, am I going to be annoying people? You know what I mean? But you make a great point that it's really competitive, and it's like anything else. Like, I remember years and years and years ago, I started driving around. I was in the sales business and I started listening to radio. You listen to the same station. Before you know it, I'm going back to the same DJ, a guy named Howard Stern. I've been listening to him for 40 years because you get used to hearing it day after day after day. You become familiar. It's like you almost know the person. So you want people, you want to be in their life every day, because as you said, it's extremely competitive. Now, you also said you're speaking to your audience. And I think that's important because I think the other thing people do, even if they're posting every day, they're random. One day they're talking about this, one day they're talking about this, one day they're talking about this, one day. So you are trying to consistently give the same general message. In other words, you're talking to the same person. So you kind of like, I know a lot of people say you want to have an avatar. All that means is, if you don't know, who's your ideal customer. Is that what you're doing, Alex? You're speaking specifically to a certain person, if you will, every day?
Absolutely, because I want to help people. I don't want to waste my time on social media, and I don't want to post useless videos. And I want to use it to provide something where other people say, okay, that makes sense. I can use that. And that can help me to grow my business. And when you think about that, your Instagram account, or in general, or like if you think like generically, your profile is not about you. It's about them, what you can do for others. It's very interesting approach, because if you do like, okay, look at me, how great I am. Look at me, I drive in a convertible. Hey, look at me, how great I am. You know, that doesn't work, because it's like why? But if you say, for example, okay, I want to focus on a specific group of people. So let's say if you sell life insurance, you focus on people who need the life insurance. So why is it important to get a life insurance? And another tip is, let's say you would think about a life insurance. What are the 5 questions you have to ask yourself before you decide to go for one policy? You know, things like this. So, for example, if you would sell life insurance, and you would say, these are the 3 things you need to know before you sign your next life insurance, and then you provide that context in the video, and you say, okay, number 1 is this, number 2 is this, number 3 is this, and then you say at the end, share this video with somebody who thinking about to get a life insurance, whatever. You know?
No, what's great about it, and the most important reason we're together right now, is I wanted to showcase Alex, because I'm doing a live training event in Dallas in 2 weeks, September 12, 13, 14. And Alex is going to be teaching specifically on social media. However, we're going to have speakers there from a wide variety. We're going to have a young lady named Maria and a gentleman named Travis, who are really successful in real estate sales. They both use social media. We're going to have people, Spring and Curtis, an incredible married couple who are very successful in the insurance industry. They use social media. Like everyone who's going to be speaking, Ray Higdon has made an absolute fortune on social media. So if you're not really good at it, that event is going to really show you probably the most popular ways to be an independent contractor or entrepreneur and make money. Now, I'll talk about the event in a second, but one of the things that you just recently helped me with, and I know that's one of the things that you do very well, is like just basic things like helping people have their profile look the right way. Talk about that for just a second.
You need to understand, when you message somebody or when they see a video about you, they click on your profile. And if your profile is not convincing, they just don't spend time on your profile and they click away. So we live in a very superficial world. So it's very important to have it clear structured, who you help, what you do, how you do it, and the success story, what you have. And for example, what people should do next when they come to your profile. And this is so important because let's say, in a different example, whenever somebody uses Tinder, so how do you judge somebody if you want to text them? Based on what you see on the profile. And then you try to sell your business on social media, and you have maybe like a blurry selfie as profile photo, you know, maybe like a filter also on top where people cannot even recognize you in real life. And then people are wondering, it's like, oh, why does nobody buy from me? And this is very important. So we need to understand we live in a superficial world, and we need to stand out. with good photos, with a well-structured bio and videos where you speak in the camera. Because what you want is a stranger that says, here's my credit card, sell me the stuff that you have. And the only thing how you get somebody to do that is when they trust you. So you need to be comfortable in recording videos. So what we do is when we work with people, the first thing that we do is we take their entire story and pack it in a video in less than 90 seconds. Why they do what they do, what's their journey, where they come from, how can people work with them, what should people do next when they want more information. And this is the video we pin to their profile, and then people can understand, okay, who is that person? Because it's extremely helpful, because when I like somebody's post, they don't know me, they click on my profile and they see a video, what it says as a cover, who am I? And I'm interested, like, who is that person? And then I have like a 90 seconds trailer. I'm like, I watched 90 seconds. Now I know his entire life path with the most important milestones.
I love that. And I love that you just used the analogy of this is like Tinder. That's never happened to me in one of my trainings. And I know a lot of people don't even know what Tinder is. And if you don't, it's a dating app. It's more of a hookup app than a dating app. But anyway, all right. So I have, like, you've talked a couple of times about next steps, what to do next. And you talked about monetizing. So I'm going to ask you, like, the quote unquote money question at the end. First thing I want to do. So stick around, because the last question I'm going to ask him is the one that's most important about how do you convert, take a follower and turn them into some money, which is why you should be doing social media. You're either participating or you're the one who is getting people to come to you and watch you. You know what I mean? It's like watching TV or being the actor and making money from it. So we're going to, again, share with you at the end here what to do. Real fast, if you would pull up those slides, I do want you guys to see where you can see Mr. Alex Pfeffer live and in person, along with all these people, guys. Just very, very excited about it. I have some of the most world-class, phenomenal speakers. I bet you do know some of the names. If you don't know the names, I'm just telling you, we're doing this event to literally impact lives. Like Alex just said, we want to give you value. We want you to have so much value. This is my goal. Okay, I'm going to tell you straight up front. I want you to have so much value that when we're done with this event, you go home and tell everybody about it. You tell them the next time this guy does an event, you got to go. You got to follow these guys. It's going to really be the kind of thing where you're going to walk away with actionable items. It's connecting, which Alex is going to show you how specifically to connect with people you don't know on social media. Persuading, closing more sales. One of the people who's attending the event said one thing I taught them about 15 years ago. One single thing has helped them close 2 to 3 deals. He's a real estate agent, so imagine how much you make per deal every year for the last 15 years. And then leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership. If you're building a business, you got to understand leadership. So powerful event, should cost a lot more than this, but we're doing it for only $599 for the entire weekend. Friday night is a VIP experience. Saturday and Sunday is, from 9 till 7, basically both days. However, we're running a special right now, trying to get as many people to the first time I've ever done an event that anyone can come to. So we've chopped it down to $299, meaning every event I've ever done for 37 years. I've filled up arenas, stadiums, very big events, but it's always been for one company. If you're in a company, you can come. If you're not, you can't. First time we're doing something open. And if you're coming, or if you know people who don't know about this yet, please spread the word. Every day I'm talking to people going, oh my gosh, I didn't know that this was open to anyone. I've been dying to go back to one of your events. So we're doing it for only $299, and that's only for a few more days. As you can see there, that's coming to an end. But we're also giving you a bonus of all of my trainings on personalities, $650 worth of free content if you spend $300. So this to me is the all-time no-brainer. That's all we're doing. Just leave it there, Jonathan. That's all we need. So if you're interested in attending, go ahead and click that QR code. You can go to the page and get more information. But that price is available for just a couple of more days. We're into September now, but I know that we have not adjusted that. So Jonathan, make sure that slide is adjusted for any future use. But the bottom line, guys, still get that price. And go ahead, Jonathan, wherever you can, and put the link in the various chats so people have the opportunity to go. Okay, let's get out of this and let's finish strong. Okay, appreciate you putting that slide up, but let's go back to Alex's shining face. So most important thing, Alex, again, you talk and you do a really good job of very smoothly telling people what to do next. Now, is that always a call to action? Meaning, are you on every video, are you sending them somewhere to spend money, or do you do that from it? Tell us a little bit in a very short period of time. I know this is a long answer, but just give us a quick idea of what you do to tell people to take immediate action on every video, and when specifically you think it's good to try to make a sale.
First of all, I built the audience, and what I do is I provide videos. They are so useful for people, so they share it. So my content is mainly targeting, is the call to action is share it with somebody who finds that valuable.
Love that.
And I create value in that video that is so good that people need to share it with somebody else, because they can make more money by sharing that information already for free in their business.
Right.
So, and the reason why I do that is shares are the best thing for Instagram to get more reach. That's the most valuable metric. So the more shares you have, the more views your video will have. And the more views, the more attention you get. And that's what we want. So what I do is I focus on shareable content, and maybe twice a week, I do a call to action where I say, so the call to action is in the other videos, follow my account for the best network marketing tips and share it with somebody else who finds that valuable. And twice a week, I take a testimonial, what I have worked with and what they have used to get somehow results. And I make another video where I structure similar, but I say, for example, look, here is a client of mine. She did the same strategies what I share in the videos constantly. She recruited 3 new people on Instagram.
Yeah.
The way she did that is because she optimized her profile and she has a good profile. If you need help with your social media, comment social media below. And I also write the call to action, social media, in the first line in the description. So when people click on the video, they already see comment social media if you want, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, and then whenever somebody commented social media, I send them a message and I say, hey, Sandra, thanks for commenting social media. That you get those results, we need to optimize your profile first so that we can do polls where people vote on it. And I also work with Kati. Then I speak about another person and I show her before and after of somebody else. And I say, look, I work with Kati. She also recruited 9 new people in the time we work together, but I cannot explain everything here in the chat. Tell me when you have time today or tomorrow for half an hour. I'll show you how that looks like for you. And then you can decide if you want to do the same.
I love it, dude. Wow. Okay, now I know that's a lot of information in a short period of time. So again, he will break this down specifically for you. So you can, again, this whole event we're doing in 2 weeks is so you take action. Okay, learning all this and going, okay, if you walk away in this case going, okay, I need to be better on social media, but you don't know what to do to be better on social. You don't know how to maximize your profile. You don't know what to send to someone if they comment, then what's the point? So every speaker we have is going to be giving you specific information. Alex, you're just so talented, brother, and I'm very grateful that you have agreed to come and speak at this event. It's really an honor to have you, and I know we're going to do a lot of great things together in the future. And I'm very grateful to the tips you've already given me. Every time he tells me to do something, I immediately do it because I know he's an expert in this field, man. So when you have a great coach, you got to be smart enough to do what they tell you to do. So we'll wrap this up. I know you all got to get on with your day, but again, share this with other people, right? Sharing is important. So if you feel this was valuable, and it was, go ahead and share it with as many people as you can. Follow Alex, follow me, and most importantly, click that dang code and come to the best valued event. I don't know where on earth you're going to spend $300 and get more value than you are that weekend in Dallas. So that's all we got. Have a great day, Alex. I'll see you in a couple weeks, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the time today. And I really have to say, you have to come to this event. It doesn't matter what you do, take the day off, come to Dallas. I speak about things I never shared before on social media, and this event will truly impact your life completely because you learn the things how you sell on social media, what gives you the ultimate freedom. And I'm super excited to be there. And if you want more information, comment the event below, maybe in the video, then we send you the link directly, then you can check it out if you didn't see it. And see you there, Mark. I'm super excited.
I love it, brother. Okay, have a blessed day, everybody, and we'll see you in Dallas.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.